Today, we are going to look at how to identify the greatest common factor of two or more numbers. What is the greatest common factor? The greatest common factor, or GCF, is defined as the largest whole number that is a factor of each of two or more numbers. A number is a factor if it divides evenly. For example, if we list out the factors of 6 and 9, we can see that 3 is the greatest common factor because it is the largest factor that both numbers have in common. To calculate the greatest common factor, we can use prime factorization. A prime factorization shows how to write a number as the product of prime factors. In other words, we are breaking the number down as far as we can until we get prime numbers. So, for example, let's look at the prime factorization of 24. 24 is equal to 2 times 12, and 12 breaks down to 2 times 6, and 6 breaks down to 2 times 3. That means 24 can be broken down into 2 times 2 times 2 times 3. These factors are prime and can't be broken down further, so this is the prime factorization of 24. Prime factorization is useful because it helps us see whether one number is a factor of another. Let's compare the numbers 6 and 12. We can write the prime factorization for each number. 6 equals 2 times 3, and 12 equals 2 times 2 times 3. We see that both of the prime factors of 6, a 2 and a 3, are also prime factors of 12. That means that 6 is one of the factors of 12. Using prime factorization, we can look for all of the prime factors that are common between the numbers and multiply them together to get the greatest common factor. So, the greatest common factor between 6 and 12 is 2 times 3, which is 6. Let's try another example now. What is the greatest common factor of 14 and 21? First, we will write the prime factorization for each number. 14 equals 2 times 7, and 21 equals 3 times 7. Next, we can find the common factors shared by both of the numbers. The only common factor of 14 and 21 is 7, so the greatest common factor is 7. Now, we'll try another one. What is the greatest common factor of 25 and 13? Just like in the last example, we will first write the prime factorization for each number. 25 equals 5 times 5, and 13 is a prime number, so the prime factorization of 13 is just 13. Next, we look for the common factors shared by both of the numbers. However, there are no common factors here. When this happens, the greatest common factor is 1 because 1 is a factor of every whole number. So, the greatest common factor of 25 and 13 is 1. We'll work through one last example next. What is the greatest common factor of 90, 27, and 18? Here, we are finding the greatest common factor of 3 numbers, but the process is the same. We'll start by writing the prime factorization for each number. 90 equals 2 times 3 times 3 times 5. 27 equals 3 times 3 times 3, and 18 equals 2 times 3 times 3. Next, we need to find the common factors shared by all of the numbers. Although 2 is a common factor of 90 and 18, it is not a factor of 27. Let's look at 3's next. 90 has 2 3's among its factors, 27 has 3 3's, and 18 has 2 3's. That means all of the numbers have 2 factors of 3 in common. There are no other factors in common, so the greatest common factor is 3 times 3, or 9. Now, let's recap. To find the greatest common factor of 2 or more numbers, you can use prime factorization. First, write the prime factorization of each number. Then, look for the common prime factors shared by all of the numbers. Next, multiply the common prime factors shared by all of the numbers. This is your greatest common factor. Remember, if there are no common prime factors, then the greatest common factor is 1 because 1 is a factor of all numbers. I hope this helps you when you're finding the greatest common factor. Good luck!